Hello everyone. Welcome to another Open Heavens podcast for teens. I'm your host, 𝗚𝗲𝗃𝗲𝗲, and I'm here with 𝗙𝗲𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗲
Hi.
and Isabella Adeboye.
I'm happy to be here.
Let me start with a quick story. I was on my way to, just me walking around school, and I saw one of my friends. He was talking with a girl, and I thought it was a normal school life where you make friends, talk with people. But days passed and they kept walking and talking and walking and talking. And in my mind, I was like, is this how friendship really works? They weren't doing any physical touch. They said they were just friends. But I was curious. And that brings us to today's topic, set boundaries. So 𝗙𝗲𝗃𝗲𝗃, what counts as a boundary? When you hear the word set boundaries or the phrase set boundaries, what do you think about?
I personally believe that a boundary is a line that is set, or like setting rules between a friendship or a relationship that you don't cross. For example, a boundary can be, I don't like the way you talk to when you talk to me this certain way. I don't like when you touch me this certain way. So I think that's what a boundary is.
I agree with you. Do you have like any moments where you've set boundaries or had to set boundaries in a friendship?
Yes. So one of my friends, she's the kind of person that she talks aggressively and talks anyhow. So I told her that when she's talking to anybody anyhow and she's insulting anybody, she should not insult me. So there was a time that she did it, that she crossed that line, and we spoke about it, and she has not done it since then. So.
That's a good way to handle it. When people cross your boundaries, there can be this certain insecurity or like feeling of, why did you do this to me? Like offended.
Yeah, like disrespect.
Yeah.
I thought setting boundaries the opposite gender just means you don't trust yourself around them.
No, it doesn't. There's actually a verse about this. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 12. It says, let any man who thinks he stands take heed lest he falls.
Oh, yeah.
This just tells us that no matter how strong you think you are, you still have to set precautions so that you don't fall into the wrong thing.
So boundaries don't mean you're weak.
No, not at all. Have you ever heard of the Samson trap?
Oh, yes, I remember the Samson trap. Guys, imagine the strongest man in the world being brought down, not by an elephant, but by a girl he couldn't stay away from.
Fair woman.
Love is actually blind. Ayo, do you think Samson noticed there was something off about Delilah, but he just ignored it?
Well, first of all, he already crossed the boundary that even God set for him. God told the Israelites that they shouldn't make any interactions, whether friendship or anything, with other people from other tribes, only between Israel. And Samson crossed that line already by trying to get intimate with Delilah. That's first of all. Second of all, I believe he knew that there was something up, but his feelings for Delilah didn't allow him to see it. It blinded him. He was ignorant to the fact that this is a trap set by the devil, and he fell for it.
I agree with you, because Delilah asked him the same question 3 times and he kept on answering. So 𝗙𝗲𝗃𝗲𝗃, what does it mean to have a healthy relationship or friendship with someone?
I believe that having a healthy friendship is just where you are learning from this person, because I feel like a friendship is between 2 people or more, that I learn from you, you learn from me, not that we're distracting each other, or in class we're playing and we're not listening to a teacher. It's kind of friendship where if you are playing, I correct you. If I'm doing the wrong thing, you correct me. That should be a healthy friendship.
So faith has to be involved in a friendship.
Obviously, you can pray and read the Bible together as friends.
Did you know that even Jesus had friends? And he selected them wisely. The 12 disciples were considered as Jesus' followers. But if you think about it closely, they were actually his friends. They went everywhere together, he taught them. That's the kind of friendship that we should be having nowadays. Because this is the kind of times that a lot of teenagers will be thinking that, I'm too young, I can't do anything. But if you think about it, it's not that hard. Just pick your friends wisely and you'll be great, you'll be good.
Yeah, but what do we do about things like peer pressure? What do we do about that?
Well, most teenagers face peer pressure, and I think it's mostly because they choose the wrong friends. You can't be pressured by your peers if they're the right ones, and there's also positive peer pressure too. Someone can pressure you to, don't do the wrong thing, or you have a bad habit that you just adapted. They can also pressure you to stop it. So peer pressure is just a general term for your friends pushing you. So if there's a kind of negative peer pressure you feel whenever you're with a certain group of friends, then that's a kind of boundary you need to set for yourself, like personally. Then you can set boundaries for yourself.
Yes, of course.
When you set boundaries for yourself, it's putting moral standards on your own self, knowing your own values and your own, standards, and sticking to it.
Oh, so let's imagine this scenario. You are in a close friendship with someone, but you pray less, you read your Bible less, you go to church less. What should you do in such situation?
I think you should run. Like, actually run. Like, cut off all ties with that person. Because a friendship that's not helping you is not a friendship, it's just pure distraction.
Especially if you're not praying and reading your Bible. That's bad. Like, that's going to church, that friendship is not meant for you. It's not meant for you. That friendship is not meant for you at all.
So now, I've learned that boundaries aren't walls. They're just levels you place, preventing your feelings, making the decision your brain is meant to make.
Right.
That's true.
So, I've had an amazing time.
Me too.
Me too. I've learned a lot.
Same.
Hope you guys enjoyed this Open Heavens podcast for teens, and see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.